Hey everyone, welcome back to the second episode commentary of A Murder of Crows. Um, in case you don't remember, I'm Laura. I was the series creator, writer, and director.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I am the actor, also co-writer, and starring in A Murder of Crows. This is the second episode called Owls.
With us today, we have a special guest. We brought none other than
Momgorian.
my mom. She is here, and why don't you say hello?
Hi, everyone.
So she's here to join us for commentary because, like I said in the previous episode commentary, she has been behind the scenes with us throughout the production and has been basically our number one cheerleader.
And also helping us with the set. She provided the space for us. So thank you, Momgorian.
You're very welcome. And it's so weird to see my place on a film.
Well, it like I said, it was kind of perfect because just the way that you have your place set up, it really fit kind of what we were going for, and great light.
Well, that's what I was going to say when I was watching the series. Amazingly, like, you guys didn't have any professional lighting. It was, you guys worked with what was in my place, which I found really quite amazing.
Yeah, that was the amazing thing about doing this for us was the lack of really the film equipment that we had. Again, we didn't really have a lot of props. As we said in the last episode, this was on a zero budget. And as you watch this, we will be pointing out some stuff to you.
Yeah, and to kind of also go off of what Momgorian was saying, kind of one of my favorite things of filmmaking from the past, especially with like John Carpenter and kind of his horror movies, is using what he had. And that's what I kind of wish some filmmaking would go back to. Not everything has to be CGI. Not everything has to be so professionally done. Like, if something's meant to be dark, it should be dark. If it's meant to be light, it should be light. So yeah, that was kind of what I really liked about filming in your place, and being able to find the sweet spots for filming. So
yeah, everything felt really natural, which was really nice to be filming in this space. It was just a natural set.
Yeah. Well, we shall get to it with Murder of Crows, The Owls. It's Mr. Scruffy Beard.
Hey guys, just a video update for you. No cameras as of yet, but I am hoping for a replacement soon. So it is really hard to watch myself on film because, as an artist, people will relate. You are your worst critic, so I'm watching myself perform.
This sounds silly, but you know what I love? How blue your eyes are and how well they show up on the screen. Very Paul Newman-ish.
Oh.
And I would like to point out, we got this beautiful blue with a $90 webcam.
That's awesome.
You know, I have been referred to as a young Paul Newman before in the past.
Really? Because that doesn't surprise me.
It looked like it was attacked. How its eyes picked up.
I'm gonna just pause here for a second.
Perfect time to do so, as in the background we hear a lawnmower going off.
Yeah.
Goodbye, people. Thank you.
My apologies for our little cut there. Somebody was doing some yard maintenance. We decided we would wait until they were done. But I did want to pause at this particular section because Owen brings up owls. I used to live in this complex where we had a pond nearby, so there was a lot of birds and a lot of wildlife. And we were getting a lot of crows in our complex, so to use a deterrent, they put owl statues on the roof of all of the units, and it worked for like 2 months, and then the crows figured out that the owls were fake, and then soon enough they were almost trolling them by sitting on top of the owl statue. So it wasn't even that good of a deterrent, and that kind of inspired the title of this episode, and also, started my interest in crows and their intelligence and things like that. So, all right, we shall continue on.
Not sure if some of the animals have gone missing. I'm seeing more and more flyers around the neighborhood missing. As you can hear in the background, we got some crow sound effects. Those are sound effects, not actual real crows.
It was fun getting those. I went to Tim Hortons and I got Timbits, and I went to this area where I knew crows frequent, and I would throw out some pieces of Timbit, and then I had my phone out to record them as they were like swooping in for the donuts. So that's how I collected like all those crow sounds.
Creative genius right here. See, you don't need a lot of CGI or big things to make a simple little fun project.
No, just give the birds some Timbits.
There you go.
I hope I didn't make them diabetic.
Sounded like, how to explain it, like thousands upon thousands cawing in unison. Never heard that many in one place at one time in my entire life. I've got like a goatee beard going on.
Yeah.
I don't grow facial hair that great, but you know what? It works.
Oh yeah. No, that's why I called you Mr. Scruffy Beard, and we also did this on purpose. You had the goatee, and I asked you to keep growing it so that it would fit with the narrative of the story and where it's going. Spoiler alert: the beard gets bushier.
Yes.
But also, I just want to point out that this whole hearing a bunch of crows, once again, this is kind of based on something that happened. I live near a golf course, and one day I was walking home after picking up some groceries, and it sounded like a stadium full of crows just cawing at the same time. And I was seriously creeped out, because I don't think I have ever heard that many crows in a single place, ever. And once again was an inspiration for doing this series. So.
But didn't you find too that once you started filming the series, I began to notice the behavior of crows more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I really did,
actually,
because
me too.
Being part of this, I was going to a doctor's appointment one day and noticed a huge amount of crows in a tree cawing away, and it just. I think when you started filming this, I really began to really watch crows. It was quite funny.
Me as well, because there was one time, like after we were done, I was in the dog park with my dog, and in the corner, all these crows were going at it, and so I thought, well, I'm just going to go over and investigate. And sure enough, there was a crow, an injured crow, on the ground, and all these other crows were around it, pecking at it. And I just found that so intriguing from the research that Laura had done and shared with me, that just the fascination of crows. Like
yes.
they really are fascinating creatures.
Which, like I mentioned in the previous episode, the birds was kind of an influence on this. But the one thing that bothers me about the birds is the fact that it's all of the birds. Like when I started looking more into crows, it made sense that if any type of bird was gonna work together, it's crows, because they have territories. They're able to communicate with each other. They have memories. Harvard did this study where they sent students out wearing Halloween masks to scare crows, and the crows could recognize those masks, and they told other crows about them, and other crows would attack. And it's just they're so cool of an animal. And I do feel slightly bad for demonizing them in this series, but I mean, it was like a perfect animal to choose.
Listen, I don't mind you demonizing them, because I was walking home from the grocery store one day, and I guess I mistakenly walked underneath a tree that had a nest, and that crow was dive bombing me the whole way till I got away from its nest, and it was scary.
Well, in Vancouver, we actually have like an alert map that shows you where crows are nesting and where people have reported being dive bombed by them. So they are. They can be totally vicious. They can be totally cool, but then they're totally vicious at the same time.
And extremely very loud, because right where I live, they sometimes will go at it early in the morning, and it will seriously drive you nuts. And they just don't shut up. Like they'll stay in one spot and just caw. So either something's going on, or there's a nest nearby. But
where I live,
really irritating at times if the amount of just cawing that they do.
Well, where I live, we have a number of raccoons that they go up into the trees, and I'll tell you, early morning is when a lot of the raccoons are out, and that's when I get because they call on other crows, and they all kind of congregate to swoop down at the raccoons, and loud. It's amazing how loud they can get. So
yeah,
absolutely. So we're moving on. And other people were noticing it too. Past few days, I've been hearing people complaining about the crow's behavior all over town. And even now, more of them keep arriving. They've been cawing all day and all night.
I just want to point out, Kyle did all of these great cues for me to put the caws in by looking out the window. So awesome.
Well, and he knows when to pause. His facial expressions are wonderful. You can see transitions from concern, worry, thoughtfulness. Really quite amazing, Kyle.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It's also a testament to your skill as an actor, because originally I had planned for the first 4 episodes to kind of I wanted them to be more edited. I wanted basically the first 4 episodes of you still being able to like edit your videos before you put them up, and we did that for the first episode with all those different cuts. But then when we filmed this one and you did this take, it changed everything. I was like, you know what? I'm not editing. I want this in its pure form as is online, the way it came out. And so like that was kind of a really cool thing to adjust to in the process of this.
And people, this web series was the first time that Laura and I have actually really worked together. And this is what's built our working relationship and friendship. So.
Yeah.
Well, as an observer to a lot of what was going on, what I loved was, yes, the rapport that you and Laura had together, but also the fact, Kyle, that we started calling you our one-take wonder, because it was rare when we had to do more than one take, and it usually was something not involved with your acting, but something else that had gone wrong. And that I just loved, the process of watching you work. So, good job.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so we'll just finish off the credits, because we believe in watching the credits all the way through to the end.
Absolutely.
We're those people in the theater sitting in the back.
Right at the end.
Yep, right to the end.
And I have to say, I do love the music to this.
It's
it
perfect.
really suits the web series.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. It was great to be a part of this.
Thank
and
you for being with us,
probably-
Momgorian.
I'll be back.
Yes, no, and we hope to have you back for a couple more. I know there's one in particular I already have in mind that I'd like you to come back for.
Well, I look forward to it.
Yeah, and I think definitely the next episode, because the next episode there's some fun behind the scenes mechanics to that one.
Great.
That we'll explain when we do it. So.
Yes, I'm looking forward to more, because there are some things that we noticed when we were watching the watchbacks or the reviewing them. Just some like minor things that were just like, oh my god, wasn't that cool?
Yeah,
and it
like
was just a natural thing that happened and we decided to keep it.
Very, very happy accidents happened while we were filming this that made it like, yeah, things kind of came together perfectly. So,
which we'll point out next time. But until then, Kyle, out.
And once again, please like and subscribe to the series. If you're listening to this commentary, hopefully you've watched the episodes. If not, what are you doing? Go watch them.
Watch them.
So, yes, Laura out.
Momgorian out. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.